Joy Taylor was on the Breakfast Club and had some interesting things to say. I'm going to start with a longer clip of Joy. I'm going to start with shot number 12. Joy not shrinking when things got hot, and they're talking about this lawsuit and all the conversation around Joy. Let's play shot number 12.
One thing I love about you, Joy, you did not shrink when shit got hot. Mm-hmm. Was that intentional? You like, I cannot let them see me sweat or shrink right now.
Yes, it was intentional to show up as I did. I'm not an unintentional person, particularly when it comes to what people see from me publicly. But when you know yourself, it's easier to continue to show up as you are. Mm-hmm. And there's always going to be things that happen in life, that happen in this business, that happen when you're a front-facing person. And when you get into the business, that is the risk we take of putting ourselves in front of the camera, of putting yourself out there, that things at some point might not be the best for you. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, what's meant for me is still coming. Mm-hmm. So I won't say that there were not dark times, but I'm very blessed to have an amazing family and amazing friends and mentors and an amazing team and people that know me and have known me for my whole life, mm-hmm. reminding me of who I am and what I deserve. And I'm really grateful for that, because even when there are moments of doubt of what it is you deserve or what it is you're capable of or what it is that you know, how you should show up in the world, when people are there reminding you, it's important. So I'm grateful to have an amazing group of friends, an amazing group of like just support around me. But yeah, everything's intentional.
Is it hard not to address?
No. Mm. No. I've never had I've never felt compelled to litigate that. Mm-hmm. Genuinely.
Did you feel betrayed at all when everything happened?
I have felt a lot of different emotions. I think it's a grief process when something like anything like that happens. Yeah. I'll say I've been through a lot of traumatic things in my life, a lot. And I think anytime you go through a trauma or, you know, grieving period of something, you can't decide who you are when it's happening. Yeah. And that's been the biggest thing for me, is I'm like an extremist. It's this or that. I'm working on it, but it's this or that. And I know years from now, I'll look back and I will feel differently than how I feel right now. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to be patient with myself in that way. Yeah. Because it's a lot to adjust to. Like, it's a new reality. And I'm trying to choose myself and be gentle with myself, if that makes sense.
Steve, let's say you got a likability respect meter. Did those 3 minutes of Joy Taylor, did it elevate your respect, likability, or did it diminish your likability and respect for Joy Taylor?
I think that's the most likable she's come off on any of these shows by far. I do. I think there was a little bit of self-reflection. I believe that there was a little bit of self-awareness, and she wasn't telling anyone how smart she is and how great she is in terms of knowledge of sports. I actually think that she came off pretty well in that segment.
I do too. She came off authentic. But she comes off a little bit, you know, justifiably. She's trying to salvage her credibility, career, take me seriously, because that's the lane she's hopped in. She, in that clip, and I'm not sure if in any of these clips, is she, all this sexuality stuff that she's gotten into in these other interviews where she wants to show her, hey, I gotta have sex every day, and she didn't lurch into any of that based on the 10 clips I think I've watched of what she did on The Breakfast Club, and I think that's good. I want to play another clip. This is, oh, no, I'm going to say that one for last. Let's play SOT number 11. And she kind of talks about the process of being a show host. Let's play the clip.
It's hard. I mean,
because nowadays people think they just do one internship and all of a sudden they pop and they should be getting millions of dollars and
are we
retiring.
being those elder millennials?
Yeah.
You know, we were traumatized, and we feel like we need to pass that trauma to the next generation. Nobody wants to work anymore. No, I think we've swung a little bit too far in the other direction. I think that it's more about the process. Every step that I've had in my career, every internship, every part-time job, every producer job, every, freelance job taught me something about what I do now. I'm really grateful that I started as a producer because now not only do I think I hire amazing producers and I know how to source that kind of talent, but I respect what they do. I'm not going to pop up 5 minutes before the show and expect them to have, changes ready for me or stats ready for me. It helps me prep for shows better because I have that background. So, I think the process is lost a bit. That's a recipe that we've lost, is the process. And it's exhausting, right? It's hard to work really hard and not get the job that you think you want, or be passed over, or, do 20 years in a business. But we all know, for the most part, it used to be, and maybe in some ways it still is, this overnight success was really 10 or 20 years in the making. Like, everybody has a breakthrough point in their career. And if you've been doing the work, when you do break through, now you have a lasting career because you did the work. And I don't think that it's a bad thing that people can pop off like that. But if you want to have lasting power, and if you really want to turn it into your career in a business, you have to understand the nuances of all of this. Like, this is a business.
So I hear this clip a little bit differently, Steve, because in 2015, when Joy Taylor was brought to Fox Sports, she was some sort of radio producer / on-air talent down in Miami of not real consequence. And so 10 years ago, Joy Taylor's 27, 28 years old, hadn't really accomplished all that much. And she ends up the host of the show with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. She seemed to jump a lot of places in line, but is pretending as if she paid a lot of dues. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I will say this, though. She still does come off much more self-reflective than normal. Now, we could talk about the veracity of her actual claims about her own career path in terms of what she said there. You were there. Yeah, I mean, you saw it firsthand. You probably saw it a lot more than any of us did personally. But look, it is what it is. In this particular business, we know when it comes to females, especially, how you look, I don't know if it matters, but it can certainly help you